And one thing I do want to note in all of this is that taking rests has value in it in and of itself without it being productive. I, for one, am someone who, like, literally, I needed to kind of go through a productivity detox because growing up, I really believed that productivity was like one of the highest values. It was shown to me through example. It was taught to me that being productive equals being a person of value. And honestly, I don't believe that anymore. I think that productivity is good, but I used to equate it to being like super top value. And I think when we think about the society as a whole, like the way society is created, it really pushes for productivity. And sometimes that can be toxic. And I know I'm not the first person to say that, but I know it's really important to state here, because if you're watching a video like this and you made it to this point, you may potentially be someone who also consciously or subconsciously has this idea that productivity equals value. And the reason that you may potentially be interested in improving your breaks is not because the break and the rest in and of itself is important to you, but because you see that break and that rest period as something that, if improved upon, could lead to you being more creative, more productive, more inspired in other times, at other times. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think it is really important to note that, at least for me, something I'm trying to work on is recognizing that rest in and of itself has value without it leading to productivity at a different time. But like, when I read that and I saw this woman and she was like, I'm a woman who rests, I was like, whoa. Like, to me, it came across as such like a positive, loving thing to do for yourself, to allow yourself that time to rest, and not for anyone else, or not because it's going to make me productive or have more structure or anything like that, but rather because like you're a woman. Like, I'm just speaking to myself here, and you deserve and give yourself rest because you have that much self-love. And it made me all of a sudden see rest as something completely different, like rest as such a beautiful thing, especially like if you're trying to transition into more of a feminine energy. And obviously, like, rest is good for men and all different types of genders. I think rest is so important for a woman specifically, because it is an act of self-love, and it's an act of honoring your body and your mind, and you deserve rest because you do work very hard in other areas of your life.